Hello there, my little goldies, and welcome back to Sharon's Sanctuary, and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a haul of goodies that I received. These are things that came straggling in after Prime Day was over with that I didn't have when I showed the first haul. Also, there's a couple of things that I had that I forgot to show, so I'm going to go ahead and show them in this video. We have some coloring goodies, plus some planner stuff, and some things having to do with writing. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, what I have a couple of fountain pens that my husband got for me. So first of all, in this leather case, and let me go ahead and show you this. In this leather case, I have this lovely fountain pen. It's a vintage one, and it is known as Cracked Ice. So as you can see, we have the little lever filling system right there, which you're going to see in a lot of vintage fountain pens, which means that it has a sack to hold your ink, a sack or a bladder. And I'm not going to pull it out right now because I do have some ink in it. So you pull out this lever, and then you submerge your nib in the ink, and then you pull it back in, and it fills up your pen. Now I am going to make a separate video because it was requested. I'm going to make a separate video on how fountain pens work and how to fill them and how to use them and stuff. That was requested, so I will be getting around to that. But that's going to be for another video. So here is what the clip looks like. It's a very, very beautiful fountain pen. It's got a lovely like black and white pattern. It's just such a different pattern. I've never seen anything like this before. It does have a little bit of writing on it. I can't really tell what it says, but it might be somebody's name engraved. I don't know, because like back then sometimes you're going to see like different things put onto fountain pens and stuff. But anyway, one of the guys that we buy off of regularly for fountain pens, he had 2 of these, and they were at a really, really good price. So my husband picked up one for me and one for himself. So the cap comes off by unscrewing it. And here is what the nib looks like, and I'm hoping it will focus. So here is what the nib looks like. Try to get a little bit closer. Here's what the nib looks like. And then here is the feed. It is a fine point nib. It is a fine point. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that right there. It is a fine point. I have Lady Tay from J. Urban in here. I'm not going to give a writing sample or anything because I have a lot of items to show, and I don't want to make a career out of this video. We'd be here till doomsday if I did that. So here is what this Cracked Ice looks like, and later on in the video I'll show you all the other pens that I have in this case. This is a 3-pen case, and I'll show you everything that I have in there. Alright, so moving right along, I have a Montegrappa Mule. Again, it's another thing that my husband got for me. It is a fountain pen. Now this set also came with a cup, a copper cup, and so I don't have it here with me right now, so I'm gonna have to go into the other room and grab that. So I will be right back, and I will show you the cup and the pen, and we'll get on with the rest of the haul. So I have the copper cup here, and it came in this box. I'll show you that first before I show you the pen. But you can get the pen without the cup if you want to, but I wanted the whole set. Like, I had my eye on this for a very, very long time, and so John found one for me. So anyway, it came wrapped up in some little tissue paper, but here is, there's a card in there, but here is what the copper cup looks like. As you can see, it is actual copper, and it just says Montegrappa Mule. Okay, it's got a little design on there. So it's actually a pretty lightweight cup, but this will probably be used mainly for decoration because I'm probably not going to put like anything in it. So I think it's just going to be more of a decoration. But there's the cup that it came with, and I'll put this aside and I'll grab the pen very quickly. So I'm going to keep it in there for now. I've had it just kind of sitting on my dresser for the time being, but I will figure out a new home for it and something to do with it. So anyway, here is what the pen comes in. It says Montegrappa, and it's got like a little thing that opens up in the front, and then here is the case that the pen comes in. It says Montegrappa. Yep, it says Montegrappa. It's got the little nameplate right there. And so when you take it out of the case, you are going to see that it is a copper pen. And it's in a little Ziploc baggie. but you're going to see that it is a copper pen. Okay, let me get it up closer so we can see. And I think it's got a medium nib on this one. So it's a pretty heavy pen. It's a pretty heavy duty pen. And so it unscrews like this. I don't have this one inked up yet. I need to find the right ink to put in this one. So here is what the nib on this looks like right there. Focus. Try to get it to focus a little bit. Okay, hopefully it's not too blurry. But there's what the nib looks like, and then there's the feed. And so then to fill it, it is a cartridge converter. So it does come with a converter. You bring it down like this, you submerge your nib in the bottle, and then you fill it up like this. I'm actually going to do a video on how to actually fill a fountain pen and how to use them and stuff, because that was requested. So stay tuned for a video such as that, and I'll probably end up using this pen as the demo for it. Okay, so that's what the Montegrappa Mule looks like, and we're gonna go ahead and stick it back in the bag. We also keep our nicer fountain pen boxes and store them away, just in case we need to put the pen back in the original container. But if you lift up the little thing that the pen rests on, you're going to see that you get some paperwork, and then you do get some cartridges for it if you want to use cartridges rather than the ink bottle, and then there's a cleaning cloth for it too. You're going to notice that with copper it will tarnish. In fact, this pen has a little tarnish spot on there. We tried to get it off, but it's not wanting to come off, so I may write to Montegrappa about that and see what I can do. But for now, I think I'm not going to worry about it at this point. So I'm going to put the pen back in here. That is my Montegrappa Mule. I am so glad I got this pen. I've wanted this pen for a really, really long time, and it's definitely not one of the cheaper ones. You are going to pay you are going to pay a bit of money for this pen, especially if you want to get it with the cup. I just thought it was so neat that it came in a set that you could get the cup with it too. You don't have to get the cup. Like a lot of times you can just get the pen without it, but I wanted both of them. So my husband was kind enough to get that for me, as well as the cracked ice pen. Very, very nice. All right, so moving along to the journaling goodies and stuff. I'll show you the coloring stuff last. So let's go ahead and move on to the journals, since I've got them pretty handy right here. So I was able to get these journals. Now let me go ahead and put one on the table here. So I was able to get these journals because Amazon screwed up an order. I was to get a personal size and A5 size Filofax in the, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I was supposed to get both a personal and an A5, same color. What I like to do is when I get one, I like to get it both in personal and A5 because I like to be matchy-match because I tend to use them together. But Amazon kind of screwed up the sizing, and I ended up with two personal sizes. I sent it back. I called them and sent it back. They were going to get another one out to me. Well, they sent me another personal size, so I returned that. Basically, they said they couldn't fill the A5 size. I think when it got listed, I think the wrong size was put in, so they kept grabbing the personal when it was supposed to be listed today as A5. So anyway, I looked on eBay. They have one on eBay, but it's like $20 more, so I'm going to have to hold off before I get the A5 in that particular style. So not a happy camper, but anyway, for my trouble with Amazon, they gave me a $30 code, promotional thing that I could use. So I went ahead and picked up a couple of journals because it was, in a way, it was a little sneaky how they did it. I mean, they disclosed how they did it, but I kind of wish that they would have given me just a regular gift card and put it on my gift card balance, because then I could have gotten anything I wanted. But with the promotional thing, you have to get items that are sold right from Amazon. So I wasn't happy about that, because some of there was something that I wanted to get and I couldn't with the promotional because it was sold by a third party. So anyway, long story, long story. Not a happy camper about it, but I did manage to go ahead and get a couple of things with that promotional. So anyway, this first one is this is a Christian Lacroix journal, and it's it's not quite an A5 size. It's more, it would fit like in a, I think, a personal size traveler's notebook, but it is a soft cover journal, but it's really, it seems like it's really durable. Like it's not real flimsy or anything, which is great. So it's got kind of a pebbled texture on it, and it's got a bookmark in it. Now it looks like that there's a little blotting sheet in here that you put behind your page. This is a blank piece of paper, and so you have your end papers that look like this, and then it's got here's what the here is what the end papers look like in the back, pretty much the same. And then this page fell out too. There's like 2 pieces of paper in there that were loose, that you could, that I guess you can use for blotting pages. So then it's also got a ribbon bookmark right there, as you can see. So it's got I guess they put this in there to kind of separate this so it doesn't stick. I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the papers back in it like how we had it. But let me show you what the paper actually looks like. It is ruled paper. I don't remember how many sheets there are in it, but it's bound really nicely. It's not very flimsy at all. The lines are kind of wide. But this paper seems like it will hold fountain pen very nicely. It's smooth paper. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Japanese paper, but not quite. Actually, no, I take that back. It almost feels like Rhodia paper or Clairefontaine paper. It almost feels like Clairefontaine paper. So this is a ruled journal, and the lines are nice and faint. I mean, you can still see them, but they're not going to be so obtrusive that they're going to get in the way. And so I think that they're a nice length apart. So here is the Christian Lacroix journal in, I think they call this color blush. Okay, so here's this one. And here is another Christian Lacroix journal. This one is gold. And so this one has an elastic closure on it. It's also got a nice pebbled texture. It's really shimmery, as you can see. And then here it looks the same on the back. Okay. And then in here is what the end papers look like. So quite different. And then in the back, it's also got some end papers right there. And then now this one is a blank journal. This doesn't have any lines on it. And the paper feels a little bit different, but it feels like it would take fountain pen very, very nicely. It's a little, the paper seems a little thinner in this one, but I still think it would take fountain pen very well. It's blank, so you can do quite a lot with it. It also has a ribbon bookmark in it, as you can see right there. It's also got a ribbon bookmark. So there are the journals that I got for my promotional. So it did come in very useful. And then on the strap, it's just got like a little decorative thing right there. Okay. So there's those. Okay, moving on to the planners. So I don't remember if I showed this in my last haul, but this is the Filofax that I was telling you guys about that I got in personal size. This is the original in the nude color. And I was to get the A5 like this as well, but like I said, I kind of got, Amazon kept screwing it up, so I was not able to get the A5 at this time, so I'm going to have to wait for a little bit to get that. But I do have the personal size, and I went ahead and moved into this one. I was so anxious to use it, so I moved out of my KikiK that I was in, and I put my stuff in here. Had to kind of downsize it just a little bit because the KikiK had bigger rings on it. They had like wider rings. So I had to take out some of the stuff, otherwise it was going to be totally overstuffed, which I tend to do anyway. But I will do a separate video on this and show you guys how I have this set up. But when I take my personal size Filofaxes with me, I tend to put them in this little drawstring bag before I put it in my purse because it protects it very nicely. This bag, I think came with, I think it was like a cosmetics bag or something. This was, I'm trying to look at the website. It's a javoedge.com, and I believe this was a cosmetics bag or something, but I ended up getting like 3 of them, and then bag here was, I've had this bag for a long time. This isn't a new bag, but this one is perfect for holding a personal size Filofax or a traditional size traveler's notebook. And I tend to put my Filofaxes in here to kind of protect them from my purse, especially one like this one, because this nude color will get very, very scuffed easily. So I want to protect it when I'm traveling with it. So I put it in this bag, and I'll do a separate video on how I have that set up. But that is the one that I've moved into now. All right, so I have a couple of other planners to show you guys. So the first planner is this Julie Nutting planner from Prima Marketing. And this makes, I think there's like 4 of these A5 planners from Prima Marketing. There's this one, there was a Frank Garcia one, which I've also got. And then there was a couple of like polka dotted planners, which I've also got. If you want to see those, I will bring those out and actually make a separate video of those. As you guys can probably tell, what I'm going to do along with the coloring stuff is I'm going to try to implement more like planner videos and stuff, just to kind of add a little bit of new things in here, because I think a lot of us who like to color love planners and love journals and love books and reading and stuff too. So I'm going to implement like a few more like planner videos and some more journaling stuff and things on the channel too, along with all the coloring goodness that we have. So anyway, so those of you that may be new to the channel, mostly it was coloring, but I have done the occasional planner video, the journaling video, and a very, very occasional fountain pen video. So I'm going to try to incorporate some more of that into it along with all the coloring. But anyway, so here is the Julie Nutting planner. Now, what she is known for is that she is known for like card making stuff. And as you can see, there's like a little doll on the cover. And so she's known for like these paper doll designs that she makes. And a lot of her stuff goes into like card making, you know, where you can pick out like a little doll body, and there's like little clothes that you can get with it, and do like little die cuts and kind of put the clothes and stuff on the doll. So she's known for like doing paper dolls in card making. I mean, they're super cute. The only thing that I have to say is they kind of come without a face. Like, you don't see faces on her dolls. It's mainly just the head with the hair and the body and stuff. I mean, they are cute. But it kind of, like the first time I saw them, it kind of gave me a turn because there wasn't a face on them. But anyway, let me just show you a little bit of the planner. So it is an A5 size, and it will hold like A5 Filofax inserts. If you want, I can compare it to a regular A5 Filofax and a KikK and just kind of maybe show you some size differences. But it will hold the A5 inserts from Filofax or KikK. So it comes... here's what it looks like on the inside. Very, very cute. It's got a little secretarial pocket with some slots that you can put cards in. It's got a fly leaf, very thick fly leaf, and then it's got some little plastic things in here that you can put like sticker strips and stuff in. There's like 3 of those that it came with. And then here is a zipper pocket that you can put little odds and ends in. There is like a personal page. She's got it sorted out by months. And so each month has a divider, and each month has a little doll on it with a saying. Okay. So then for the monthly pages, I'm not going to flip through the whole thing. I'll probably make a separate video to do that. But you get a little vision board, and then you get your monthly calendar. It's all undated, so you can customize this to how you want to. So you got a vision board, you got your monthly pages, and then you have weekly pages. Okay. So you have like a goal page, you got your weekly pages in here. And then you have like a end of the month thing for like notes. And then you have another little divider here with a quote, and each month has a different quote. And then you get into like February. So you have a February tab, and then it goes into the same thing. They're very cute inserts. The paper is quite thick. I think it would hold up to fountain pen pretty well, as long as you don't use like a broad point nib. I think you could get away with like a fine point in here. So anyway, you get the gist of it. There's your weeklies. Your monthly is back here. And then again, right before you get into the next month, you get another little divider, little page with a quote. Okay, and then it just goes into March. If you want to see a whole flip through on this planner, let me know, and I will make a separate video to do that. At the very end, it does have a folder to put some things in, like if you want to put some papers in it. It's very pretty. And then it's got your same kind of inside on the back right there. It's got a place in here that you can put a little a notepad. Okay, and then you have a pen loop. It's an elasticized pen loop, which is nice. Okay, so there is the Julie Nutting planner. So as you can see, it's got like a lot of the, again, she's known for the paper dolls. Now there's like 2 snaps on here, so you can, like if you need to snap it here to make the strap a little longer, to stuff it a little bit more, you can do that. Or you can put it on the shorter one. Okay. So, which I am going to do, I think. And then it just says Prima right there on the gold thing. The rings in here are pretty wide. It's actually a nice sized ring. The rings are actually very nice sized. And then it's got a plain back. It's kind of like a canvasy kind of material. Which is what most of the Prima planners feel like. So there's like 4 of these that I'm aware of, and I have all 4 of these. If you want to see a flip through of this planner, if you want to see my other Prima marketing planners, let me know, and I will bring those out and show you guys. All right, so our last planner that we have is this one here from Laban's. Now this one, I've never seen this before, and I think maybe one person did a video on this type of planner. There's different colors that they have. This was in the personal size. I will probably go back and get the A5, but I wanted to go ahead. I've never seen a planner like this, like I said, so I wanted to go ahead and get the personal size to make sure that I was going to like this planner before I were to get, before I was to get both the personal and the A5, because I wasn't sure how the quality was on this thing. I wasn't sure how the inserts were on it, but this is very pretty. It's got a very pretty pattern. This is the blue one. They do have different colors, like I said, and these really, the price point on these really isn't too bad. I think this one costs like $25, so not bad for a personal planner, considering like if you were to get a Filofax or a KikK, they're gonna be a little bit more. However, is the quality the same as a Filofax or a KikK? Not really. I mean, it's nice, but I don't think it's quite as sturdy as what a Filofax or a KikK is gonna be. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. You have, it's a personal size, so you can hold your personal sized Filofax inserts in there. The rings are actually pretty nice. They feel like a pretty nice size. They open and close pretty easily. I haven't had a bit of problem with my rings. So anyway, in this particular binder, you have a secretarial pocket. The inside of this kind of has it's kind of like a weird feeling on the inside of it. It's kind of like it almost feels like felt or something, but yeah. So anyway, you got a secretarial pocket, and then you have you have a card slot right there. To put like some bigger, you could put like some bigger things in there, but if you were to put like business cards in there, it would kind of sink down to the bottom. So you could put some like sticker strips in there. Over here, it's got a place for a business card. You have a clear ruler. You have, this is what the front looks like. There's a cover page right there. And then you've got like, some regular personal information. The paper in this actually feels pretty thick, for a personal planner. Very smooth. I think fountain pen would probably do very well on it. It has different calendars in here. It is, let's see what this one here is. This one, kind of like a year at a glance kind of thing right here in this section. You have, and I'm just trying to lift it up so I can see. Actually, this is more like some personal information and stuff, pages right there. Make plans of the year. So these are your planner pages right here. It isn't too bad. I like how it's kind of laid out. We'll just kind of do just a little flip of it. I like how this is laid out. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm in frame with it, which I am. So I kind of like how it's laid out. Over here, it's got some weeklies right there. It's got some weekly pages, whereas this over here was like monthlies right there. As you can see, that was some monthlies. So these are your weeklies, and let me see, more weeklies right there. These are some, you have some different kinds of paper in it. There's some grid paper. You have some lined paper. And the lines on this are pretty wide. The lines in here are pretty wide. It's not like the real small lines like you see in the Filofax inserts. But these, I think, will have their purpose. I think there's a place for something like this. And then I believe you also get some blank paper as well. Yep, looks like, oh, there's some more grid paper right there, but I think you also get some blank paper in it too. So there's grid paper. Yeah, there's some blank paper right there. So you get a lot of different kinds of paper in it. This is where you can make some notes, that kind of thing right there. So, and then here's like some addresses and phone numbers and stuff right there. And then you have the back page, which I believe, which has like their information on it and stuff, and where you can order like new inserts and stuff. And then in the back, it's got another slot right there that you can put a notepad in there, and then here's like another little slip pocket in there that you might be able to put a field notes or something in there. So, and it did come with a little pen in the loop already, and it's just a little, it says Labon on there, and it's just a little roller ball pen. Nothing special, but it will do in a pinch, and it fits right into the pen loop right there. I haven't tried out the pen. I don't know how it writes, but it looks like it would write pretty well. You know, it would do it in a pinch pretty well. So here is what the Laban planner looks like. I think these might be fairly new. Like I said, I've only seen like one video on this where somebody was just unboxing it. So I will keep you guys updated on how I like it. I'll keep you guys updated on how I like it. And I'll tell you guys, like, if I find the inserts useful or whatever. I'm probably going to get the same color in the A5. I might even get some other colors, but like I said, you know, it's a, like, if you don't want to spend the money on a Filofax, this would do very nicely, and I think it's a pretty pattern. So there is the Laban Z Planner. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this away. I'll put this aside. All right, so that is the last planner that I have to show you guys. So the last few things that I'm going to show are some coloring books that came in. I have 3 coloring books. All right, so I have Confessions of a Coloring Addict, okay? And I'm going to, yep, there we go, we're in frame. So Confessions of a Coloring Addict, and Stephanie told me about this book. So Stephanie made me get this book. Stephanie is an enabler, so thank you, Stephanie. So I'll just show just a few of the pages in it. It looks like it is on Create Space paper. And there's just a little blurb about the book. So what this book is, and it's single-sided, what this book is, it's got sayings that colors may say. It's got sayings and then like little lines that you can color in around them. So these are quotes that you may hear coloring addicts say. And some of them are pretty funny, and many of them are very, very true. So I will do a flip through of this book. If you guys want to see it, just let me know. Okay, so there's a few pages in this book. So thank you, Stephanie, for telling me about this book. Here is what the back of it looks like, and then it's got some more coloring books that you can get. All right, so then I got Pop Manga Mermaids. This one I think is pretty new. I might have showed this one in my last haul, so if I showed this one in my last haul, I'm sorry. But anyway, Pop Manga Mermaids, and this one is by Camilla de. And I have her original Pop Manga coloring book. And this one, okay, yeah, I did show this one because I put my little stained glass book in here. But anyway, I'll show it again. So I'll just show a few of the pages in this one. So the paper is nice in there. This book is quite popular right now. Very, very pretty book. And so I look forward to doing some coloring in this one. Okay, so there is Pop Manga Mermaids, a few pages in that one, in my stained glass seashell book. All right, so whoops, and I'm dropping everything. Pick this up. All right, and so the last thing that I'm going to show you guys is my copy of Forest Girl finally came in. Okay, so here is my copy of Forest Girl. This is a Korean coloring book. And so my copy finally came in, and I ordered this probably about maybe 3 weeks ago. And it did show up yesterday. Now today is, I'm recording this on Wednesday, July 25th. So here is what the inside of the book looks like. I'll show you the back of it, actually. It's all in Korean, so I can't read any of it. But it does have a fold-out jacket right there. Okay, so here is what the book is going to look like. I will show you a few of the pages in it. Okay, the book is very, very beautiful. It's done on beautiful, beautiful paper. And so you have a little picture here on the left. I have no idea what this says, but then you have this one to color in on the right. Okay, so I think it might tell a little story. I don't know. I've seen a couple of flip-throughs on this one, and Katrina made me get this book. So Katrina is an enabler. Stephanie is an enabler. So thank you, ladies. So here's a few pages in the Forest Girl coloring book. The paper in it feels very, very smooth. It would take to pencils, I think, pretty well. Might even take watercolors, just be careful because you don't want it to bleed through. Put something between your pages so you don't bleed onto anything else. And mind the water because you may have some bleed through on the back, and it would ruin this really nice picture that you see on the back side of it. So, but this is a very beautiful book, and I look forward to coloring in that one. All right, so that concludes my haul. Let me just go ahead and recap. We have the 3 coloring books, Forest Girl, Pop Manga Mermaids, which I might have shown last time, and then Confessions of a Coloring Addict. We've got the planners, the Laban Z Planner, the Julie Nutting Planner with the cute little paper dolls, and then my Filofax personal size in the nude color. This is what's called the original. This is patent nude. Okay. And then we have the 2 journals from Christian Lacroix right there. We've got the, and I'm not going to open the box, but we got the Montegrappa Mule. There's the copper mug, and then we've got the Montegrappa fountain pen, the copper Mule, and then we've got my cracked ice fountain pen like so in here. So and I'll go ahead and show you what's in this case too, because I do have a couple of other pens in here. So here is my Pelican. This is what's called the Grand Place. This is a special edition Pelican M800. Love that pen. And then this is a Mont Blanc sterling silver fountain pen, which I love. That nib on that one is to die for. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, give it a big thumbs up. If you have not done so, subscribe to my channel, and while you are subscribing, hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos such as this. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. You all have a great day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, my little goldies.